10 a.m. But coming up next is the beautiful Tamara, who's also looking bright and cheerful. Hi, Tamara.
Hi there, Valerie, and hello to all of you as well. It's this beautiful Saturday, the first Saturday in March, and I'm glad that you're shopping with us today. I'm Tamara Hooks, I'm your host, and I'm in the house right now with all the lights on and all the power working, but what if that weren't the case? What if there was a major storm outside? Or maybe there was a rolling blackout and everything was out? And I'd say, wait a minute, I'm sitting in the dark. I wouldn't have to, as long as I had my EcoFlow. And that's what we're gonna start and talk about today in this hour. So I'm glad you're joining us, because usually around this time of year, we do start to think about, okay, season's about to change. What about those weather issues that come about? Maybe you're gonna be going camping soon, and you wanna make sure that you're as comfortable as possible with all of the comforts of home. Have your own power with you. The EcoFlow Tech Delta 1300 is a mobile power station. So this is where you power your life even when the power is not on. What you're gonna have a chance to do at the lowest price we've ever offered, I might add, is have your own personal mobile power station with you. So you can just get the power station, as you see right here, or you can get it with the solar panels and the extra light and power bank that goes right along with. So let me just break this down just for a bit, okay? Because lots of you understand, we all understand the need to kind of have a backup plan, and that's what your EcoFlow Tech Delta is. It's your backup plan when you don't have power. But what about when you need a longer backup plan? Let's say your power goes out and you don't know when it's gonna come back. It could be a few hours, it could be a couple days. Wouldn't it be great if you could recharge your power station with just the power of the sun? And that's why far and away most people will choose the option with the solar panel, because when you have the solar panel, when all of the power, it's gonna take a while, but when all of the power from your power station goes out, you're gonna need to recharge it. And the solar panel is the best way to do it. Usually, and in the past, we've offered the solar panels separately, and we still offer them separately, but they cost more when you buy them separately. When you're getting them together, when you're getting them today, they are still the lowest price we've ever offered. So just for the power station is $549.99 when our regular price is almost $900, okay? So you've already saved $350 just by getting this today. For only $100 more than the price of this, you also get the solar panel and the light that's also a power bank. This right here would cost an extra about $70 on its own. The solar panels on their own are about, let's say, about $200 to $250 on their own. You're getting it included for only $100 more than the price of just the power station. You get all of the extras. Full disclosure, I have an EcoFlow at home, which I love. I have also the solar panel that we've used, and we love it as well. And I encourage you to watch the presentation, give us a few moments, and I know you're gonna wanna go ahead and have your backup plan. 009498 is the item number on this. Let me tell you a couple of other things real quick. The shipping is free, which is great, because this is your power station. Yeah, power sometimes a little bit heavy, so it's great that this is a free shipping option today. And if you have any major credit card, you can spread the payment out and get it home on FlexPay. But if you have an HSN card, get it, because you can have our 18-month VIP financing, and it's like having an 18-month FlexPay. You do not pay more just because you use our VIP financing. And for you, if you were getting this one with the power station, you could get that one for $36 and change on your HSN card. So if you're saying, well, that sounds like a good deal, but I don't have an HSN card, how do I get one? It's really easy. Go to hsn.com/HSN card, and when you're approved, we give you $50 and put it in your account, and you can use it towards any purchase that you would make at HSN, which would make your EcoFlow not only the lowest price we've ever offered, it would be the lowest price that you could get it, which is fantastic. Now, Justin Hyatt is joining us in this hour, and Justin, look, you're bringing the power with you.
Light man. The light is one of the coolest things I love about this offer. You know, when we just talk about this and we talk about EcoFlow, you know, when we first launched EcoFlow, the Delta line never even existed.
Oh, wow.
We launched the Delta line here on HSN. So that was about 5 years ago almost.
Oh, wow.
You know what? 5 years later,
yes,
we're the #1 brand in the whole entire world when it comes to mobile power stations. And who's the go-to brand here at HSN? Of course, it's EcoFlow. When you start to break it down and you start to think about the possibilities of what could happen, of course, it seems endless. And we see what happens in California right now. 190-mile-per-hour winds, I was just reading this morning, 10 feet of snow.
Yes.
How do you get prepared for stuff like that?
I don't
Right? Well, you think 10 feet of snow, oh my God, 190-mile-per-hour winds. What do? Of course, we think food, we think water. Power is essential, just as essential as food and water. But when we think about solar generators, it's always, it's commercial, it's for a business. But what about for us? What about for the people who live in apartments, that live in condos? Well, what about us? Because we can't own a gas generator, we can't own a propane generator, but you can own an EcoFlow. That's one of the most exciting opportunities about being able to get your hands on something like this type of technology that'll allow you to have true independence, true peace of mind. It's not break glass in case of an emergency. You're not sitting there waiting for what feels like this winter blizzard that's happening in California. No, you're going to be using this year round. This isn't a seasonal purchase or investment. This is something that you're going to be able to enjoy for all the good times, and know that when those bad times happen, which inevitably they will, you're going to have a power station that's going to be able to power 90% of your home appliances. And let's think about what that might be. We're showing you one of the #1 electric vehicles out there in the market right now. Yes, it's been tested. You can do that as well. But what about your microwaves? What about your full-size refrigerators? What about having hot food and cold food? What about being able to know that in that emergency, it's not just me that I'm having to think about, it's maybe my whole entire family. Having hot food, yeah, maybe it's hot milk. Maybe it's being able to heat up the milk for the baby. We think about those different things because we're all different. We all have different needs.
Yes.
The exciting part about this is you don't need to learn much. In fact, when I say about needing to learn much, there's no learning curve. It's one touch of a button to turn this power station on, and that's it. And then you start plugging things in. And we'll kind of walk you through in a little bit on all the whole kind of, up and down on it. But the reason why we love being able to offer the bundle is, of course, one, we have an unbelievable relationship with EcoFlow, which is why we get to do these types of values. The solar panel alone, typically before, we never even used to offer it with the power station.
I know, I had to buy it separately.
You'd always have to buy it separately. And sometimes they'd sell out so quickly. When you have the solar panel connected to your power station, there's two huge things to consider. One, now you know that even when you're continuously out of power, not just for a day, but for a week, I have the ability to recharge my power station. But here's the other key element, is that when you have a solar panel, now when it's connected to your power station, you've got a solar generator. So what do I mean by that? Well, if I've got a light plugged in, an LED light that pulls basically nothing, or maybe it's my refrigerator that runs at about maybe 110 watts when I've got it plugged in. When I've got my solar panel out during the day, connected to my power station, and anything plugged into my power station, guess what? If this is at 100%, the sun is now the solar panel is going to convert the sun's energy into power, electricity, pass it through my power station whenever I got plugged in. So now I've got infinite power during the day for everything I've got plugged in. That's
fantastic. So I'm not even running down the power during the day.
No.
I'm soaking up the power throughout the day, and then I can use it at night for, a variety of things that we're going to have to use for. So that's why I love that we have it. That's why we have it. And I will tell you, I've said this in the past, it was my husband who wanted it. He was watching the presentation one day, and because I'm the person who says, oh, everything's gonna be fine. Oh, we'll not run into that situation. Yet, no, that's not the way to plan, because things do happen. And we had locally, and it was several years ago now, it was about almost 7 years ago, there was a big storm, and the power went out. And the power went out in the entire city. Now, the power in my neighborhood was only out for 10 hours, but this is the thing. When the power goes out, you don't know how long it's gonna be out. Thankfully for us, it was only 10 hours, but for some people it was a week. For some people it was actually 2 weeks. So when it happens, you wanna be ready, and you don't wanna have to count down and think, gosh, how long am I gonna be in the dark? How long is my refrigerator gonna be out so my food spoils? How long am I not gonna be able to be connected because my router doesn't work without power? There's so many things to think about. Or you're ready. You've got your backup plan with your EcoFlow. So while you watch the presentation, just remember either with the solar panel or without, and we all suggest getting it with the solar panel. Justin, we're coming to you.
Yeah, well, you know, I think it's like 97%. And we make that choice pretty simple and easy because when you look at the value, obviously I know Tamara was just talking about if you were to buy the solar panel by itself, right? I know we have a 2-pack for, I think, what was it? What would we say, $3.99 just for the 2-pack of the solar panels. You can have multiple solar panels. Let's talk about the details on this. We talked about learning curve. There isn't one. It's really just one button, like I said, to turn the unit on, and that's it. You know what that means? When you live in that home, whether it's an apartment, a condo, a conventional home, there's no maintenance. And look at the size of this. Something that's going to power 90% of your home appliances that can fit in your closet, that doesn't have gas, that doesn't have oil, that doesn't put off toxic fumes. It has to be 20 feet away from your home, meaning I have to have an extension cord from outside now inside. If it's 10 feet of snow, that means it's going to be 10 feet of snow on top of my generator. If it's freezing, now I got to go outside and check the gas on that. Right. Think about all of those different elements that are involved. When you get to run something inside your home, it gives you more options. Options is the biggest thing with this. Alternatives is the biggest thing with this. And simplicity, of course. When you turn it on, which I just did it, I'll show you one more time, one touch of a button, and then you have this, your full display, and it gives you every bit of information that you could possibly need to know what's going on. And what's going on, it's going to tell you exactly the power and time. When I start to plug anything in, it's going to calculate it in real time. So whether it's a fan, whether it's a light, it'll tell me exactly how long I can run all of that for. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and do that right now, and then I'll show you the outlets on the very back. I'm going to turn the AC on. We'll get the fan going. And I want you to see right there on that display, I would just turn the fan on. Now, if I thought, that's a half a tank of gas, how long can I run my fan? How long can I run my refrigerator? Talk about new technology. This is going to tell you everything you need to know, exactly how long it's going to run your light and your fan. So right now, what's it saying? I don't have my glasses. Can somebody tell me? 41, that's it. And by the way, that's not minutes. That's 41 hours.
Wow.
Okay? Every bit of information you need. I'm going to unplug it really quickly. Obviously, you see all of the USB ports on the very front as well. What does that mean? Well, we've got our phones, we've got our tablets, we've got our USB-C ports, whatever it might be, all the small electronics that you can see right there. We need to have open communication. I always think about Sandy. One of the biggest things that everybody was trying to do was find a place where they could charge their phone so that they can see if somebody else needed help, to let everybody know that they were okay. Communication is huge. All right, let's go to the back right here. 6 AC outlets. Well, what does that mean? If you ever saw a gas generator, okay, or maybe just a regular, inverter, you get about 2 of them. This has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That's my light, that's my fan, that's a microwave, that's a blender, that's a coffee machine, that's an induction burner, and I'm not having to unplug to plug stuff in. It gives you more options to have things plugged in. Now, they might not have to be running all simultaneously. Of course, if everything is running simultaneously, you'll run out of power quicker, but you don't need to do that, right? We start to prioritize what do I need as priority. Now, I'm going to plug the light in. Now, you do get a flashlight, and I'll show you that in just a second. But I want to talk about the big lights that we've got in our home. I'm just going to go ahead and do exactly what we were talking about, just simply plug it in. Now, I'm going to pick this up. I want to carry it over here because can you imagine, and at any given moment in time, now this weighs about 30 pounds. Maybe not all of you can do what I'm doing. You come over here to your refrigerator. You feel like, okay, let's see what's inside here. No power. Thank you to everybody for leaving some food in here. Sometimes I open it up and it's like there's nothing inside here. You can see there's no power, right?
Right.
Lightning, thunder. It's a beautiful day. All of a sudden, things change. We weren't supposed to be on at noon today.
Yes.
Guess what? We got dropped in last minute because things change all the time. Well, we've got a light right here. The refrigerator's out of power. That's okay. I'm going to carry my light. I'm going to carry my power station right back over here. And then in just 2 seconds, I'm going to go ahead and grab that plug. And what I did, Tamara, is at my house, I just keep an extension cord plugged into the refrigerator. That way I don't have to always move the refrigerator and then plug it in.
Look at that.
Just like that. Now, our OJ, our milk, our water, our cauliflower, what else is in here? We got some roasted, is this a tomato? We got tomatoes in here, all the essential things that we need, food, and also think about medicine. You know, my sister's type 1 diabetic. It's not something that we just think, oh, well, we'll be willy-nilly about. No, she needs to make sure that that medicine stays cool. Now, come back over here to the display, because I want you to see this. Now, with our light and our fan, or I at least have the light plugged in the refrigerator, Now you can see exactly how long it's going to run that for. You can see exactly the wattage. Thank you. Okay, we're a little bit closer now. We can see the wattage as well. With these newer refrigerators, unless the compressor is running, it's not going to pull much power. So it's saying roughly about 49 hours.
Wow.
You'll probably get close to a day right there with your full-size refrigerator. It's not just cold things. It's also going to be all of the hot elements as well. I'm going to go ahead over here to my microwave. Got everything plugged in all over the place with cords and stuff like that. I'm going to plug this in really quickly, and I want to come over here because we talk about, of course, keeping things cool. Eventually, at some point in time, whether it's some of those pre-made meals, if you've already had stuff that you just want to throw in the microwave for you, for the kids, well, now think about the full-size microwave or your air fryer or your induction burner. Now we can cook our food, we can keep our food cool, we can keep ourselves cool with a portable AC unit, and we can keep ourselves warm with one of those heating blankets as well, Tamara.
For sure. And you know what I love that you were showing, and you saw as soon as Justin plugged in the refrigerator, the light went on. And you know what that means? Your food is not going to spoil. You're not going to have to throw all of that food, which also means money, away. And it's amazing how quickly it can happen when the power goes out, and the first thing you think about is, when are the lights going to come back on? But then you start to think about everything else. Wait a minute, I just went to the grocery store. I just have a refrigerator and freezer filled with food. Is the power going to come back on before that all thaws out and I have to throw it all away? That's money. And this is the deal. When you have your own mobile power station, those are the situations, the issues that you don't have to think about. This is called peace of mind, which is why I'm glad my husband said, we need one. And I said, everything will be okay, but all right, we'll get one. And now we don't worry if there's gonna be a power outage. When there's, and the power could go out because of a storm, it could go out just because there's rolling blackouts. It could just be faulty wiring where you live, and it's just always off and on, off and on. Maybe for you, when you are camping, you want the comforts of home. You've got it right here. The funny thing is, we all have a backup battery for our cell phone, but we don't have a backup battery for our life. This is the backup battery for your life, and I want you to get it. You can get it just by itself, and it's $549.99 just for the unit, or for $100 more, you're getting the unit and the solar panel and the light that's also a power bank. So all of this for just about $100 more. And again, you get free shipping, you get flex pay, use that HSN card, get your 18-month no interest financing for 18 months. It's like having an 18-month flex pay, and you can get all of this for about $36.11 on that HSN card as a flex payment. Do it while we have them. And remember, you can order on hsn.com, you can use the HSN app, or you can use that QR code, which is going to be your fastest way to jump in front of the line, and then you just click what you want, and we'll send it right on out to you, and then you have it. So I want to go ahead and see more, but if you're saying, you know what, I've been on the fence, I've been watching it for a while, you've been watching the presentations at HSN, this is the lowest price we've ever offered. Even if we offered it at the regular price, which would still be good for peace of mind, this bundle would be over $1,100. Save over $520 and get it today. Justin, we're coming on back to you.
Well, I was just thinking, when we first launched the Delta, $1,300. It was about $1,300 for the unit by itself without the solar panel. Wow. I want to talk about some of the extra stuff. Before I do that, I want to talk about what it can power. I know we got a great graphic of some examples of what it can power in your life. And I want you, when you're looking at this list, to think about all those different things that you use every single day. You woke up this morning, you grabbed some coffee, you had your electric toothbrush, maybe you did your hair with a blow dryer, maybe you use a CPAP machine all night, maybe a washer machine, maybe you were getting some stuff done today on a Saturday. Think about all those different elements and things that are in your life, whether it's the microwave, whether it's the air fryer, of course your refrigerator that you're using every single day. We need to have power to use all those different things. As I'm walking through the studio and I'm seeing all the different Curtis Stone and all the other different products that we've got around, whatever it might be that needs to be plugged in, of course it needs electricity. And of course, if you work from home, you need electricity. But the nice part about this is it's also portable electricity. It's also portable solar generators. And as that goes, sometimes we can feel off the grid, or we go purposely off the grid and we need to get work done. We were talking about work at home, but what about work off-site? And you don't have power there. Whether it's a saw, an electric saw, a grinder, a drill, you need to be able to power those things. I'll never forget the one time we were gonna do a TS here, and it had been a while. We were just getting back into the studio. Must have been, you know, I'm trying to think of maybe a few years ago, and all the trees had grown in. It was like, you know, nobody had been around, and we needed to cut all of these trees back, and everybody's like, well, we don't have an extension cord long enough to do this. It's like, we don't need an extension cord. Let's grab the EcoFlow, let's plug it in, and then that's how we had 10 guys around. They're like, that is the coolest thing. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Those moments in your life where you say, let's just grab the EcoFlow. And it doesn't have to be for the emergency, it can be for the fun stuff. Okay, let's talk about the extras. So the flashlight, I talked about it earlier. I love this thing. You know where mine lives? Right there on my refrigerator. And the reason why it lives on my refrigerator, because then I can never lose it. Because it's got magnets right there on the bottom. One touch of a button right here is also how I can see the fuel gauge on the bottom of my of the light as well. It lives right there with the magnets. So whether you need an emergency flashlight that can live and be plugged, you're connected right to a car, because of course, you know, when something happens with the car, it's always at night when nobody's around. So these right here are going to be your 2 magnets. There's also the hooks right here. So if you've ever gone camping, you'll have those little hooks that will be able to hang wherever you want as well, whether it's in the underneath the car hood or in the tent, wherever you might want to hang it. When I press the button right here again, you're going to see that light turn on. Now, this is that white light, but here's the cool thing. You've probably never seen on little flashlights like this. When I hold it down, it's also going to dim the light. Now, I've got multiple settings. Now, I've got white. Now, I've got yellow. I can do a combo. I've got a spotlight right here. I'll show you right there in the camera. I've also got an SOS. Now, if this was just a flashlight, that would be cool enough, but it's also weatherproof. So if you're looking for an emergency flashlight in the rain, if you're going camping, if you're thinking about somebody who goes hiking, this will be $70 any other day. But here's the other cool thing. This is also going to act like a power bank. It's a 7,200 milliamp power bank, so even when you don't have power and you don't have your EcoFlow and you want to throw this in a backpack, take this with you. You can plug your iPads in, your phones in, and recharge it that way. And let's come over here to the solar panels, because now not only do we got our flashlight, now we're also going to be able to have an alternative. What's the alternative? It's the alternative to gasoline. We don't need gas anymore. We're not saying we're anti-gas, we're anti-propane. We're pro-options. So whether you've got a gas generator already or you own a propane generator already, great. Use that to recharge your power station and then conserve your gasoline. The problem with gas is not all of us have the option to use this, because we can't all have a gas generator, propane generator, and physically, we don't all want a gas or propane generator.
Absolutely, and when there's an emergency, good luck finding gas. I mean, that's just the honest truth. So this just takes all of the guesswork out of it. It takes all of the what ifs and how do I do this and how do you make it work and where do I put it and where do I store it. It takes all of that away, because guess what? When it's time for you to use it, you turn on you press a button, and it's that universal power button, and then you plug in the kind of things we do every single day. You just plug in from your USBs to your AC outlets, all of that. And I'm so glad that so many of you are getting it today with the solar panel option. That's just this, it's just the best when you can get the bundle and you're not paying more. You're actually getting it for a better value. Lowest price we've ever offered and the best value that we've ever offered here. So you can go ahead and shop for yours on hsn.com, use the app, or use the HSN QR code that we've got for you there, and it's 009498. Now, we will have another full presentation in case you missed anything, but did you know that you can customize your shopping experience by signing up for when to watch emails? And you can be the first to know exactly when your favorite brands will be live on air. You simply go to your HSN account and update your communication preferences to select your favorite brands, and there's over 350 to choose from. So if you're saying, I love this certain brand or designer or product, but I always miss it, I never know when they're gonna come on, you'll never miss it with when to watch emails. We are gonna take a quick break, and when we come back, we're gonna give you a chance to order, but if you just tuned in and you missed the presentation, hang out with us, you'll see it again.
The HSN deal is a great value that we bring to you every day. Thanks to our long and valued partnerships with the brands you love most, we are able to offer amazing products at great values. Shop the HSN deal with confidence from us to you.
Craft Mania is here at HSN, and we're celebrating 30 years of National Craft Month with 30 Craftastic Today's specials. It's a jam-packed day bursting with fun, inspiration, tons of new brands, and big savings. Craft Mania starts Tuesday at midnight on HSN.
Get the best deals on the things you love with the HSN card. As an HSN card VIP, you'll get all kinds of perks like VIP financing on so many items, plus extra flex on every item under $369 all day, every day, and at least 8 VIP savings events a year. Includes fraud protection and there's no annual fee. Apply now and instantly get $50 off when you're approved. Call 1-800-695-1418 or visit hsn.com/HSN card.
Well, you're watching HSN this Saturday afternoon. Welcome. My name is Tamara Hooks. I'm your host, and this is an hour of EcoFlow, but I wanted to just give you a little taste of what's coming up next hour, because next hour we're talking fashion with Nina Leonard, and I wanted to show you a couple things that I'm wearing. So I have on this really cool bolero, and it's really sweet. What I love about it is that it's very kind of universal. I think it can go across boards when you're wearing it with jeans or a skirt or even over your shoulders with a little sundress. I love that. And it comes in 3 just real neutral colors. There's a cream, there's a tan, and it also comes in black. It's just really sweet and comfy. And it's a bolero that's not like too short. It's not too cropped, okay? And then we also have these wide leg trouser jeans. Now I know you're really starting to see wide leg pants and jeans everywhere with every brand that you see out there. And if you've been wanting to give them a try and you really love Nina Leonard, then go for it. So we have these in this really fun red, but they also come in your traditional blue jean colors as well. So we've got these coming up in our next hour, just to give you a little taste. And if you wanted to go ahead and pick anything up, you can. And if you ever wonder, like, I wonder what she's wearing. I wonder if I can get that blouse at HSN, or I wonder where those, you know, where she got those pants or that dress. Always check the host's closet on hsn.com, and you can scroll and you can pick up what we're wearing as well. So enjoy. So I know as we are, you know, we started the show and many of you maybe tuned in a little bit late. What I want to share with you is some of the things that maybe you missed. What you're looking at right here is your mobile power station. And it is from the brand that is worldwide famous when it comes to having that mobile power station, and that's EcoFlow. This is your Tech Delta 1300. So this is your power station that really does power your life. Your, obviously all of our electronic gadgets, but also the big things like your refrigerator, like your fan, like your router, you know, and your, you know, your chainsaw, different things that you may be using around that you need either when the power goes out or when you're off the grid itself. Maybe when you're camping, maybe when you're out and about with the family and you're going on family road trips and you always want to make sure you have power with you no matter where you are. You're looking at the easiest way to do it. There's one on-off button, so you turn it on, and then how do you use it? You just plug in. It's really that simple, like the learning curve. You've already learned it years ago when you learned how to plug something in. You already know how to use your Tech Delta EcoFlow. So what you're doing today at the lowest price we've ever offered, and we've offered these year after year, you love them, but this is the lowest price we've ever offered. So you can get just the unit itself, so that's the one that says no solar, and it's gonna be $549.99 instead of almost $900, which is what our regular price usually is. But for $100 more than just purchasing the unit, you could also get with the solar panels and with the light, that's also another power bank. Just what I'm holding onto right here is about a $70 value. So think about this. Normally you'd be paying an extra $200 for the solar panel, an extra $70 for this light power bank. And we don't always offer the unit itself on a price this low, but we've got it for you now. You could be spending for the entire bundle over $1,100. Today, $649.99. The shipping is free. If you want to spread the payment out, you can, and you can use any major credit card to do that. If you have an HSN card, use that, because you could get our no interest VIP financing for 18 months, and it's like having an 18-month flex pay, but you do not pay extra just because you do it this way. And it would be $36.11 on your HSN card. And if you don't have an HSN card and you want one because that deal just sounds too good to pass up, then get one. Apply at hsn.com/HSN card, and when you are approved, we give you $50 right off the bat in your account to use towards anything that you want here at HSN. So lowest price ever. It's a backup plan for when you don't have power, and it's so easy to use, and it's from the worldwide bestseller, EcoFlow. Now, Justin Hyatt is joining us, and in case you tuned in, Justin's gonna take us through, because when it comes to power stations and backup power, sometimes it sounds more complicated than it has to be.
Yeah, and there's a lot of options too. And that's one of the great things that we do. And so we've got ones that are up to 100 pounds. We've got some that are, roughly about 20 pounds. This is the sweet spot. This is that one that's right in the middle. This is not gonna power 80% of your home appliances. Again, it's gonna power 90% of your home appliances. We can show you a list of different things, which we just did kind of like the first half of this hour. And it's amazing because when you think about all the things that you use every single day, morning, lunch, middle of the day, at night, whether it's your blow dryer, whether it's your microwave, whether it's your air fryer, whether it's your refrigerator, all of those different things that you kind of have as those creature comforts and those essentials, you can power right here. But you don't need gas, but you don't need propane, and you don't need to live in a regular conventional home outside of an apartment, outside of a condo. And so we always talk to all of you who are saying, well, what about us? What about when we are out of power? And we don't know when that's gonna be. I always say it's not a matter of if, it's not a matter of when, but I've also kind of evolved that into, we also don't know when the power is gonna come back on.
That's right.
You don't know. And as Tamara was talking about, you can say, well, I've got gas, but how much gas can I store? And then when I'm out of gas, the gas station is also out of gas in those emergencies.
Yes.
So then what do? That's why we talk about alternatives. That's why we talk about options. And we always say, we know the best time to get prepared, it's today. And especially today, when you start to talk about and look at the value, and that's one of the great parts about the relationship that we have with EcoFlow and HSN, because you won't find this anywhere else. So let's talk about simplicity. When you get it at home, it's one touch of a button. Tamara was just saying, we don't have to learn how to plug stuff in. We know how to do that. We now know how to just press a button, right? It's simple, it's easy. One touch of a button, that's it. You know the learning curve? It's just seeing what's right here on the display. This represents time, 99. This represents percentage, that 97%. And these zeros right here are gonna represent the wattage going in and the wattage going out. So the LED light right there basically is gonna run for infinite amount of time because it's not even pulling any wattage. I'm just gonna go ahead, I wanna show you what I've got plugged in though. I've got my microwave plugged in, I've got the induction burner, I've got the NutriBullet plugged in. These are things that we're gonna use, right? This is whether it's inside of our home, whether it's outside of our home. I'm just gonna show you really quickly here. Blender. You want to have fun stuff? Think about this. It's not break glass in case of an emergency. We want to be able to have the fun stuff. Whether it's a margarita or a daiquiri outside, we can do that. Induction burner right here. This is a Curtis Stone induction burner. I'm just going to go ahead and set this up really quickly and get this running. Check this out. It's going to say roughly about 360 watts. It's showing me exactly all that information I was just talking about in real time. 360 watts. 3 hours I can be cooking, whether that's bacon, whether that's cooking on that induction burner to boil water so that I can make rice, that I can make pasta. So think about this. How could you do this in your home right now if I just said, let's turn all the power off? Let's unplug your house. How would you be able to cook food?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not talking about just lighting a fire and then having to set up a pot, somebody's gonna hold it. You need to think about what you can do in those emergencies, because unfortunately, They're gonna happen, and we need to be prepared in those moments. This is a great way to get prepared and to do it now. We love the fact that not only can you power all these things, but how are you gonna recharge this when everything is still out of power, including your home, of course? Well, that's why we also give you the option to get the solar panel. The solar panel means that now I can recharge my power station even when I'm at home and I can still feel like, I'm off the grid. Why am I off the grid? Because we've got no power at home. You just simply plug it into your power station, and we got a great video actually. Let's show that really quickly. So you set it up. That carrying case is a protective case, but it also has those little carabiners that'll act like a kickstand, so you can actually aim it exactly where the sun is, and then it's going to start to recharge with just one cable, recharge your power station. That doesn't mean that I got to worry about residual payments for gasoline. Every time I want to use it, I got to make sure, well, do we have gas? Is the gas good? Did we run I'll make sure that there was no gas that was left in the generator, because you can't leave the gas in the generator. All those things, if you've never even thought about those things, generator's probably not the best purchase, right? Because often we do that because we're thinking, well, we know something's gonna happen, let's go get it. We have no idea how to use it, but we know we got it. And then you're gonna have to use that in that emergency. Well, you're gonna use it one time, and then it's gonna sit there. This you're gonna be able to use year round. So now with your solar panel, not only do you have an option to recharge your power station, but now during the day, whether you're at the pickleball court, you want to plug a fan in and make some friends that way, the sun will be powering your fan. Because if your power station's at 100% and you've got your solar panel hooked up to it, the sun is going to now, of course, hit your solar panel, convert into electricity, pass through your solar panel, and then through your power station to whatever you got plugged in. So that fan will run infinitely during the day. So when we show you all those different statistics of, it'll run this for this long, that's if it was just off of the power station itself. But that doesn't include the time now added for when you have the sun up and then your solar panel out, that you can run all those different things. So we love that. And of course, when the sun comes down, we've got our flashlight that we've also included. That's another $70 value that you can use, and we showed you those different settings. We'll show you it again in a little bit. But now you can also have a flashlight. It's also a power bank. So you want to take that with you and leave the power station at home, you can do that too.
Absolutely, and you can do it. I know that a lot of you are making your purchase with the bundle, with the solar panel, which is the smartest way to do it. And today is the lowest price that we've ever offered on this. So if you've seen these presentations in the past and you're saying, I know I should get it, I know I will, okay, but but Christmas is coming up, I'll wait till after then. Or the holidays are coming up, I'll wait till after that. Or all those different, I'll wait till. How about lowest price we've ever offered? This bundle, usually at HSN, is $1,169.99, but not today. And I will tell you this, I do not know how long we're gonna hold this sale price. Sometimes we know, sometimes we don't. I don't know. I only know that it is right here today. So instead of over $1,100 for this bundle, why not save $550 and get it today for $649.99? You've got free shipping today. You've got it on 5 Flex today, and you can use any major credit card. And when you do, on any major credit card, it's $130 on that credit card. But you get everything. You're gonna get the unit itself, you get the solar panels, and you get the light that's also a power bank. So this is an extra, almost $270 value that you're getting included. And it's still the lowest price we've ever offered. Now, if you don't have an HSN card, or if you do, let me just let you know, if you have an HSN card, use it, because you could use that for your flex payment, and you can get 18-month VIP financing. So that means you can spread it out like an 18-month flex pay. You do not pay more for doing that, and your payment would be $36.11 on your HSN card, but you get your EcoFlow now. If you want to take advantage of that, but you first need the HSN card, this is how you get it. You apply for it at hsn.com/HSN card, or you can always call that number as well. And when you're approved, we give you $50 right off the bat to put in your account. So then talk about the lowest price we've ever offered, then yours would be the lowest price that anybody could get. But this is the time to do it. You're getting it today. You're going to have it for years to come. You've got a 2-year manufacturer's warranty on that, which is fantastic. You're going to use it when there's an emergency, when there's a power outage, when you just need power, maybe away from home, because it could just be in the backyard that you take this out and use it out there for the summer parties. for the kids' parties when the DJ needs to set up or you need to plug in the bounce house or something like that, you know? Or my husband and I and family, every summer we go camping. Now we rent a cabin, but we always take our EcoFlow because we don't know what the accommodations are really gonna be when we get there. So I love that you can take this on the go, but also have it at home for you. Now we're gonna go back to Justin to hear more, but you can shop on hsn.com or the HSN app or use that QR code.
So this is going to sound like he made up this story. This isn't real. Just last week, I was at a convention, and there was a local news channel, one of the local news channels right here in Tampa, and all the crew was getting set up. He had his wagon, and he's setting all the stuff up, and I'm looking in the wagon, and there's an EcoFlow in his wagon. I was like, you know, do you know me? No, okay, I get it. Not a celebrity, okay. But you know EcoFlow. And he's like, oh, I love this thing. I take it everywhere I go because I'm not sure if there's gonna be outlets there. He had all of his equipment hooked up to the EcoFlow. Obviously, for a lot of you at home, you're thinking, I'm never gonna use it that way. But I want you to think about all the different varieties of way that you can use this. And that's one of the best parts about when we say, it's not just a purchase, it's an investment. It's an investment in you, it's an investment in your life, whether you're a camper or you're not a camper. Maybe you're thinking about going camping, but the thing that's always stopped you is, I can't run a CPAP machine. I need an oxygen machine. I need to make sure that we have these different things, with the creature comforts that we love at home, we need to bring with us. I've got my CPAP machine already on. I've got it plugged in right here. It's jumping up a little bit, but this should run for a good, probably close to 18 hours. It'll settle down. The way that the CPAP machine works is it kind of fluctuates when it's starting to turn on. So we got the CPAP machine running right now. We're at 97%. You can kind of see it's like 20, 28. Well, I'm going to turn that off in a second, but I want you to think about that. Is that what's stopping you right now from going and living your life, knowing that I can take the power with me, go camping like you said? I want to bring those things, those elements that I love, and bring it with me because, you know, a CPAP machine is $700 in itself. Well, we do that because, of course, we need it. We need those types of things. I'm going to turn that off really quickly here. And then, of course, we talk about seasonal. We're kind of getting out of winter, and I say that, of course, here in Florida. I know a lot of you are still in the winter kind of spirit and not really in the spirit anymore. You're tired of it. We got a heating blanket. It's one of the best ways to keep yourself warm is to use a heating blanket. At its most, it'll pull about 150 watts. It's about a tenth of what a space heater would use. So this will last longer, probably up to 8 to 10 hours with your heating blanket. Throw yourself underneath there, the family underneath there. That's a whole night's sleep that you can make sure that you're underneath your heating blanket. We talk about seasonal things though, of course. Coming out of winter, it's going to start getting warm, and I want you to think about whether you've got central AC or you've got window AC units, how are you going to keep yourself cool? Fans. One of the most deadly weather events is actually heat, because as cold as it gets outside, it gets even colder inside. And the same thing when they talk about heat. The hotter it is outside, the hotter it's going to get inside your home. How are you going to keep yourself cool? Well, yeah, you can have a fan. But what about an AC unit? I'm going to turn mine on really quickly right here. It's a portable AC unit, and it's not a little one. So we got a portable AC unit. Now, if you live in an apartment or condo, again, I love to talk to a lot of you because that's who I am as well. I live in an apartment or condo. We don't have central AC in a lot of these homes. You need to know that, well, I can plug that in. I don't have to worry about sleeping or trying to sleep all night when it's 90 plus or 100 degrees inside of my home. Set to 72 degrees. Right here, we're showing, I'll just go ahead and hit this. That's 8 hours at 97%. 8 hours. And remember, when we look at this, it's about 135 watts. If I had my solar panel connected to this during the day, that's going to extend this and make this even longer than just 8 hours. But imagine that 8 hours that you'll be able to know that I can run this on my AC unit. Let's just say we want to go ahead and set it to, I'm just going to go ahead and set it to fan. Let's see what that does. In just a second, it should adjust it. Maybe it won't, but we still got 8 hours and 135 watts. Knowing that I have that peace of mind, that I can go ahead and use this in multiple different ways for my AC unit, and then of course inside of not just my house, but right next to my bed. And there's the other element to it. You know, This is also an emergency power source. Of course, we think about, well, of course it's emergency backup. But what that means is, if I've got my CPAP machine plugged into my power station, and then of course my power station plugged into the wall, this will know exactly when you lose power and automatically continue to run whatever you've got plugged in 30 milliseconds. So that could be, which is what I've used for my refrigerator when I knew we weren't going to be able to be home, we had to evacuate, and my fish tank. Two different things I thought about. That's my life. We're all different. You're going to have different things as well. We've even talked about people who have a pilot light for their the tankless water heater. It needs to be plugged in. It needs electricity. Now you can have hot water even in your house.
You know, it's all the things that you don't think about until they're off. And sometimes them being off causes an even bigger problem. The fact that they're off is already bad, and then it causes an even bigger problem. It can be even a more expensive problem, something that you now have to fix, all because you didn't have power. So I say go for it. Like I said it in the earlier part of the presentation. I have one of these at home, and the reason I have it is because my husband said we should get that. I am the one who says, oh, everything will be okay, everything will be okay, and I just cross my fingers and hope it will. It's not really the reality of things. The reality is you need a backup plan, and that's what this is. And so we now have one at home. We have it with the solar panel, but we bought the solar panel separately and actually didn't get a deal. We didn't get a bundle. We didn't get the lowest price. I paid full price, and I may have even paid for shipping. I'm not sure about that. But today you're getting free shipping. You are getting the lowest price that we've ever offered, and we've offered EcoFlow for years now. I think every host has them. I know Callie raves about hers. I know Valerie loves her. I mean, this is the thing. When you have it, you have peace of mind. And that's why I'm encouraging you to get it. I know there are sexier things to buy. I know it's more fun to buy shoes and lipstick. I know that, right? But
is it?
But this is the one that's gonna make the biggest difference when you need it. Because when you need power, there is no substitution. When I need a red lipstick and I'm out, I can just wear the pink one. When I want these heels and they don't fit anymore, I can just wear the other ones. When I need power and it's gone, there is no substitute. This is power. It's just mobile now. And so get it at the lowest price we've ever offered. Just the unit itself normally would be almost $900. We took $350 off of the unit itself, and we're giving it to you today at the lowest price. If you do what everybody who's ordering is doing, and that's getting it with the bundle, with the solar panel, and with the extra light, that's also another power bank, you are saving $520. We took over 40% off of that $1,100 price tag, which is what this should be and what it always is here at HSN, day in and day out. Except for today, except for now. I don't know how long the sale price is gonna be. I only know we've got it for you now. So get it home, use it, enjoy it, know that you got it for the lowest price ever, because usually these are the kinds of things that when you need it or when you see the writing on the wall, oh, there's a big storm coming, that's when the price of everything usually goes up. You're getting it now when it's the lowest that it's ever been. So hsn.com, or use the HSN app, or use that QR code that's on the screen. And you know what? If your battery was out on your phone, you wouldn't be able to use that QR code, you know? But if you had your EcoFlow, you could plug in your phone and use it. That's the thing. This allows you to continue living your life without as much of an interruption as it would be if you didn't have an extra power bank, right?
Well, I was just thinking, let me piggyback on the shopping therapy, which
Yes.
Look, I'm all about shopping therapy. I get it. You're not feeling good. Let me just go buy some stuff. I know it's gonna make me feel better.
Yeah.
But when you buy this, of course, now you got the peace of mind. All right, now I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. But when you're out of power, the last thing you're thinking about is what color lipstick am I gonna wear? What shoes am I gonna wear? You're thinking,
right.
how quickly are we gonna get the power back on? How are we gonna get the power back on? Why am I so hot? Why am I so cold? Why did we not do this? That's shopping therapy that will last years and years and years, right? Let's talk about, like you said, reality. And that's where we live. We live in the world. Some of us, of course, live in reality. But things happen. There's things that are out of our control. The only thing you can control is making a decision as quickly as you can to decide that's going to be our plan. And when it comes to deciding what's going to be the plan, we've always been limited. You know, often it's always only been, well, the plan is we're going to get a gas generator. That's for some of us. So the plan's gonna be we're gonna get a propane generator. For some of us, we're gonna put in a natural gas generator right by our house. That's $20,000.
Oh my.
That's for some of us.
Oh
but what about for all the other us? You and me. When we live in an apartment or condo, when we still need to know we have peace of mind, this is exactly what I wanna do. Let's simulate it. You're sitting there right now at home, you're watching us, you're sitting there on the couch, maybe you're eating lunch, maybe you're thinking about what you're gonna be doing later, you're doing your shopping therapy with us, we'll be part of the therapy with you, and all of a sudden lightning strikes. What? What is that? Thunder hits, lights start to flicker. You hear that noise and all of a sudden that pit in your stomach starts to go. Well, you got your flashlight that comes included. We got our light that's gonna be plugged into our power station. You know one thing that you're not doing? It's not that one other element that we can't stand, which is the freaking out. What are we gonna do now? Well, you don't have to, because yeah, refrigerator might be out of power at that moment, but then we just simply go over here. I'm just gonna go ahead and, in fact, I'm just gonna go ahead and plug the NutriBullet, because again, we talk about priorities. I wanna make the refrigerator the priority. How much money have you spent on food recently, in the past week, in the past 2 weeks? Yes. It's unbelievable. I mean, I feel like I can't leave go in the grocery store without spending $200 at least. It's like 10 things. Well, I don't want all of that to go to waste. And I certainly, if I have medicine that needs to stay cool, I don't want that to go to waste either. Think about knowing I've got the peace of mind, I can plug my refrigerator in, I don't have to pull crank, I don't have to worry about something 20 feet away from my home. It's my freezer, it's my secondary refrigerator, it's my deep freezer, and I wanna come back over here, I'm gonna walk around so I don't have to try and see what's on the TV because I'm blind right now. Showing me right now with the light and the refrigerator plugged in, it's only showing about 26, 27 watts. It's saying about, that's, by the way, that's not minutes. That's 42 hours that it's saying right there. And that's with, of course, without the compressor running in. A lot of these refrigerators, they're much more energy efficient. The compressor's not gonna run nearly as much as what we're used to. You don't have to worry about that you know, the trauma response that we always had, which is every time we were out of power, we open the refrigerator, we can hear our dad saying, close the refrigerator. It's like it's like the memory game. You open it really quickly, you see exactly where it is, you close it, and then you open it again and you grab it and you close it again. Don't have to worry about that type of thing. Now we got our light, we got our fan. Let me plug the fan in as well, right? Not having to worry about to unplug, to plug things in. Now I've got my light, I got my fan, I've got my refrigerator all plugged in. A thing I asked at the beginning, which is, how could you do this right now in your home? If you can't, and at some point you're gonna wish you could, wouldn't it be nice to know that you're gonna be able to get it from the #1 brand, not just somebody, the #1 brand, EcoFlow, and knowing that you got something that's not gonna power just a little bit of the things in your home. 90% of your home appliances gonna stay cool, not gonna be in a dark home because I got my light right here, I've got my fan, of course, and then don't forget, you're also getting that solar panel and you're also getting that flashlight so you're not sitting there in the dark.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you this, as you're watching, as you're seeing, the refrigerator demonstration to me just speaks volumes, because if you've ever had to throw food away because the power went out and all of the food in your refrigerator and freezer went bad, you were probably sick throwing all of that food because you're saying, this is money. Just head of lettuce alone was $3. This bell pepper by itself was $1.50. And you start counting up how much you're actually throwing away, all because the power went out. And when you have your EcoFlow, that's one less thing that's going to be a factor or an issue for you. Like I said, it is, and Justin said it earlier, it's not about when, it's about if. We talk about the power going out because it just does. And maybe you've escaped it for the last couple of years, but it's, it will come around again. I was telling the story, it happened about 7 years ago, and I only remember because my daughter was very newly born, and I remember thinking, there's a storm coming, we don't usually evacuate, we just tough it out, right? But because we had a new baby, we're like, we can't live in a house with no AC and no refrigeration and nothing with a newborn, so we evacuated. Our power was out for 10 hours, which in the whole grand scheme of things was nothing, because some people's power was out for 2 weeks. The thing is, when it goes out, you don't know how long it's gonna be off. But when you have your EcoFlow, you almost don't care how long it's gonna be off because you have power. This is your opportunity. It's simple and it's easy. You turn it on, you plug it in. It's not even complicated. If it were complicated and loud and expensive and all of that, then we'd have to think twice. But with this and the lowest price, this is the time to get it. So let me just remind you, most of you, far and away, most of you are getting it with the solar panel. The solar panel is the biggest value. It's a huge bundle because you get the unit itself and the solar panel and the light that's also an additional power bank on its own. You get all of this and it's over 40% off of the regular price. And let me just remind you, 40% off of over $1,100 is a huge savings. You know, you could save 40% off of something that costs $3 and yeah, that's nice. But 40% off of something that costs over $1,100 is more than just nice. That is jackpot. That's where, wait a minute, I'm in the right place at the right time. And you shop on hsn.com, or you can use the HSN app. That's where I shop. It's on my phone. Or you can use that QR code. It's the item number 009498. I know that it's on sale right now. I do not know how long it's gonna be at this lowest price, but we've got it for you now. You've got a 2-year warranty. And every now and then, Justin, my husband and I will pull it out. We'll just use it, just to kind of refamiliarize ourselves, make sure it's all good. We've used the solar panel, very simple and easy. Everything about the way EcoFlow created your Tech Delta 1300 means it's easy for you to use. You do not ever have to be intimidated when it's time to have your backup power. So in our last few minutes, we're gonna go ahead back to Justin to see more, because Justin, you were talking about refrigerator, you were talking about CPAP machine, talking about heating and cooling. These are all necessary things to our life. We're not talking about just, oh, I just want the TV because I want to be entertained. It's necessary. Along with the entertainment part of it.
Well, well, right. I mean, we think about, well, why do we want a TV? Because we do want entertainment, but we also want to stay connected. We also want to make sure the kids have something to do. We want to make sure that we've got something to do. What are our priorities in our life? We're all different. That's the best thing about us, that we're all different. We all have different needs. We all live in different places around the country, around the world. We all live in different homes. That's the best part about this, is it doesn't matter. Because it doesn't, you know, the nature doesn't care where you live and what type of home you live in. What do you power every single day in your house? Let me show you a quick list of what we can power with this. Now, it's not just 60% or 70% or even 80% of your home appliances. It's 90% of your home appliances. What did you use today already? And it's 1 o'clock right here on the East Coast. Did you use a coffee maker? We can do that. Do you use a blow dryer? You can do that. Your TV, probably watching us on your television right now. Yeah, you can power it with your TV. You have your phone right next to you. You're probably sitting there on your couch, your TV, at the dining table or coffee table, on your phone, watching and listening to us right now. How about a washing machine? How about a blender? How about an air fryer? How about an induction burner? Can I keep going on and on and on? I want you to think about just about every single thing in your house can be powered by something that only weighs 30 pounds. That you can have, that you don't need gas, that you don't need propane, that when you need to recharge it, you think, well, what's going to happen? That's why you get the solar panel. That's why 97% of you pick it up with the solar panel. And when it's only a $100 difference, just about 99% of you pick it up with the solar panel. Know somebody who works off-site who needs to be able to use a drill? Know that one guy who thinks he's got everything, but he needs that one extra thing in the tool shed? He probably might not have an EcoFlow, but he's maybe heard of it. You want to be able to have those different things in your life. What are those different things? The things that we have every day. But when we don't have power, those things go away. Now they're just fixtures in our house that are unusable, right? Well, I wanted to do this one more time. You're sitting there and all of a sudden the power goes out. What about your refrigerator? What about your microwave? What about cooking your food? What about keeping that food that you just spent $500 on at the grocery store? The light flickers, the lightning hits, the thunder hits. Don't forget, you get that flashlight, which is also a power bank. I want to come back over here. We got our refrigerator. I still haven't unplugged it. We got our water that's going to stay cool. A lot of times, yeah, it's nice to have one of these, but not every refrigerator has a water filtration system right here. And we don't want to be drinking out of the sink. You want to have some cold water that's going to be inside your refrigerator. It's your orange juice. It's your yogurt. It's your essential things. And it's, of course, it's your fruits. It's your vegetables. It's the food that you've invested in because it's essential. We need those things. And think about medicine. So we got our refrigerator running. Well, yeah, food that stays cool is great because it lasts longer, but food that's cooled isn't the thing that tastes the greatest. So you can also now cook your food. So we got right over here, not a small microwave, a full-size microwave, just set to 30 seconds. We got an induction burner you can use. We've got a NutriBullet you can use. All of these things you see right here, and we all have them plugged in all at the same time. What your life is, of course, is something that you want to feel like, hey, I've got power. I've made my decision. You know, we were joking about it earlier. It's like, yeah, I know I can invest in some lipstick that I can use on that night out, but when I have no power, I couldn't care less about having that lipstick. When you have something like this that gives you the peace of mind, that makes you know that when the things happen that are life, we already made that decision. We make it easy, we make it simple. And if it was something that was complicated, that was hard to use, you'd think, I'm not gonna use it because it's gonna be too hard. You know, often we think about the gas generators, we think of the propane generators, which are important investments, but not all of us can invest in something like that. Not all of us can use something like that. Not all of us can actually own something like that. You can own something like this. And in fact, you know, it's not just here in Florida, it's across the country, it's across the world. And when you can now have something like this, it's a solar generator that you can now depend on the sun to recharge, that you can know, and actually I'm gonna walk over there, guys, if I can. And that you know that you've got also the extras, which is that flashlight, which is the solar panel. And I know we showed you even that value, that solar panel, if you bought it by itself, even on a value, it'd be $200. But you also get that flashlight. That's a $70 value. It's a flashlight that's got multiple settings. It's weatherproof, and it's also dimmable, and it's also a power bank. You know, I often talk to so many different people, and it's amazing how everybody says to me, Justin, you know why I bought one of these power stations? It's because we're out of power. Well, you were out of power, and so you made the decision. But why wait? Why wait till you're out of power to decide to do it now? It's always about being proactive, and we often feel naive and think, it's not gonna happen to us, why us? But that's when it happens. That's Murphy's Law. We live in the world of Murphy's Law, and EcoFlow is one of the best answers to kind of fight Murphy on the things that we don't want, which is being out of power, and power's always out at the worst time. This is the #1 brand right here, EcoFlow, not just here in HSN, but in the world now for power stations and solar generators, Tamra.
That's very true, very true. And so now is your time to get yours. And like I said, I don't know how long that sale price is going to be here. I know that it's here. Save over 40% off of that bundle and get yours. Justin, thank you so much, as always.
Thank you. Good to see you.
We'll see you again soon. And you can keep shopping for your EcoFlow Tech Delta 1300 mobile power station. And I know you're going to be happy that you have that. Now, I ran into another studio because it is time to talk